All right, now we're ready to go here with interim head coach Zach Settembre. Unbelievable game. I mean, I talked to you a little bit earlier, and you said we're going to be playing for pride tonight. It's a huge game for us. Northwest Florida State, big game for them, but confidence-wise, just you guys left it all out on the court.
I'm so proud and happy for our guys. I'm thrilled because the effort was there for 40 minutes. Luke, we challenged them like we have never challenged them before in the pregame. I said some things that we tried to light as many fires as we could under guys individually, under our team. We wanted to light fires as many as we could, and whether they burned or whether we were able to put them out, we were going to go out tonight with passion and energy and fire. And I am so happy that our guys fought and battled for 40 minutes the way they did. I'm just proud. I am so happy because Northwest Florida is a great program, not a great team. And I want to say Steve DeMeo just came all the way over across the floor after losing a game to tell me, Coach, great job, congratulations. Steve DeMeo is a first-class guy, a class act, and the entire Northwest Florida family. These people are big time. So thank you to Steve DeMeo for the really kind words coming over across the floor. The thing is, the reason that is such a big win is because of the tradition that Northwest Florida State has. They've won the Panhandle. This is the 5th year in a row Northwest Florida State's won the Panhandle, all since Steve DeMeo's been there. They've won a national championship. They've never finished worse than the Elite Eight. And it's huge for our guys because that's a momentum-building win, both for the rest of the season. We got one more game at Pensacola on Saturday, and then moving into the offseason and recruiting. Certainly, Luke, you know I want to be the head coach here. I'd do anything to make that happen, and hopefully this win shows our administration that we can beat the very best of the best. And I'm just so proud of our guys that they deserve this win. We went exceptionally hard in practice the last 2 days. We practiced today.
Yep.
We went for an hour and a half today because we were not.
I cannot tell you the last time I've heard Northwest Florida State losing 2 in a row.
Yeah, and you know what? And give credit to Chipola for winning at their place, which is an incredibly tough place to win. But our guys just played. They played great tonight. I mean, I told our guys I was a little bit upset because if we had the same kind of fight and fire and passion and energy tonight, that if we had that, the previous, some of the losses, we're sitting in a different spot in the standings. But for whatever reason, Northwest Florida State brings out the best in our guys. We played 2 great games against them here. And just thrilled that we were able to find a way to finish the job tonight. The guys deserve all the credit. As a coach, tonight my job was to be a cheerleader and to be a guy that just trying to challenge guys and get them to keep going. And to their credit, they did.
And I got to say, the very start of the game was not at all what you would dream up.
Sure.
9-0 run for Northwest Florida to start. And got to say, were you scared you were going to run out of timeouts there early on?
We were going to use them. You can't take them home with you, so we were going to use them. But no, and I had some choice words for the guys. Be very honest. At 9-0, it's like, guys, we said in the locker room before the game, who are you going to be? Yep. Are you going to be a competitor and a fighter, or are you going to be a guy that goes through the motions the last 2 games and just gets through it? Do you want to just get through it, or do you want to be a winner, a competitor, a guy that goes out on sophomore night, competes, and beats a top 5 team in the country, a team that's got a very legitimate chance to cut the nets down and win the national championship? So just proud of our guys for responding, Luke. I mean, they were awesome for 40 minutes. And that's the other thing. Like, we challenged them, hey, you guys were great for 38 minutes and 30 seconds the last time we played these guys here, but you didn't finish. We didn't lose focus tonight for 1 possession. We found a way to finish the game. I'm just proud of them. I'm proud of them.
So you go and look at it. It was a 9-0 run. You have Mustafa Lawrence and Rich Washington on the bench. Washington comes in and there was something different about him tonight, scoring 25 points.
You know what, Luke? What's really powerful sometimes is that seat over there. They're really powerful. They get warm pretty quick when you sit in them, and it's not the most comfortable thing when you're a guy that wants to be a big-time player, and Rich Washington's a big-time player. But sometimes we feel like we want to get guys going, and
you're talking about that fire you wanted to light under someone.
And Rich and I had probably Rich and I had more heated moments tonight between each other than we've had combined the entire season. And it was awesome. I love it.
And I got to say, he played better tonight than he did when he scored 45.
No question. Well, he just made big plays. Every time we needed a big shot to finish with the left hand late in the game to, I think, put us back up 5 when we were sort of struggling offensively. And I'm like, Rich, you got to score, man. You got to go make a play. He's like, you got to get me the ball. I'm like, Rich, go get the ball, bro. Right? Go get the ball and make a play. And he did. I mean, we challenged Rich all night, and that kid, proud. I mean, and Devin Palmer made big shots. Mustafa Lawrence played within himself and played really well. Eric Boone had a couple turnovers, but, man, he was dynamite all night, getting downhill, getting to the foul line, finishing plays. Celise Yahaya, oh my gosh, how good
He
was that
scored.
guy
He
tonight?
was the leading scorer in the first half. You know that.
He 3 for 3, 9 points, made a free throw,
Made
you
a
know, made
three.
a huge three,
Yeah.
had 7 rebounds at halftime. Again, just telling guys that we just had to we had to get everybody's best tonight if we were going to win, and we did. I'm thrilled.
You know what I liked a lot was Mustafa Lawrence in the second half. His effort on defense was very good, and then you go and see when he was taking it to the hole, he was going up a kid who was about 10 inches taller than him
Right.
and winning that battle and got an offensive rebound.
Like, where do they get these trees to Niceville? They got
I don't
all
know.
kinds of huge. We got more trees in Tallahassee than anybody in the world, but for whatever reason, they got trees on their basketball team like no other deal. But no, you're right. He made big plays. He played within himself. He made some tough shots early in the first half, finishing in the paint. We top to bottom, we got great. I mean, Tyler Farmer comes off the bench and was great. Shaman didn't play a ton tonight, but we can always count on Shaman for toughness, for rebounding, for setting great screens. We dressed 8 guys tonight. Luke,
yeah, I was about to say,
guys.
you said earlier you had 8 guys, and we're gonna go and put it all out on the floor. You did not say you were gonna lose. You didn't say you were gonna win.
Right.
You just said we're gonna go play hard and see what happens.
And we did.
And you guys played hard the entire way. And just when you went up by 10, they cut it
to 2.
They
right?
cut it to
8-0
2,
right away.
and you knew it was happening. And just hung on. Hung on. And you said you played 18 minutes and 30 seconds against Northwest Florida State flawlessly last time, and this time you get the win. And I saw you at the very end of the game. You walked over to Rich and gave him a little bit of a hug. What was that like?
I told Rich I can't repeat what I said to him on the air because we had gone back and forth all night, and I said something and he laughed, and we had a great moment because again that's part of coaching. I'm 28 years old. I'm going to get better as I do this. You get better with practice, but just challenging guys. I think guys the best players, which we have really good players, the best guys want to be challenged. They want to be told, hey, you can give us more. You can give us more. And we can challenge. I mean, Rich Washington, that guy he gets a lot of credit. And Devin Palmer, too. I mean, Luke, had you been in practice the last 2.5 days, we got after the guys more so. I mean, I'm getting, more comfortable and sort of being myself more. I felt, when the coaching change happened, you're sort of trying to mind your P's and Q's and be, very subdued. Tonight I was less subdued.
You got to leave it all on the line.
But, yeah, and I think the guys fed off the passion and the energy. I mean, I think Jim Harbaugh says if you're not fired with enthusiasm, you'll be fired with enthusiasm. So, hey, we want to put as much energy and passion and fire into our guys as we can. And man, they had it for 40 minutes tonight.
I talked to L. Ellis a little bit after.
How impressive is that guy?
Yeah.
L. Ellis is
very
gonna be
good. He came up to me at
half.
halftime. He shook my hand, said, "Hey, I'm ready." I said, "I don't think we got enough time right now. We'll do it afterwards." Just very articulate, easy to talk to. Said you were the
kid.
most honest coach he's ever talked to. Now, looking to the future, what is your pitch? You talked about it a little, but what is your pitch to recruits to come to TCC after the performance tonight where shorthanded you beat one of the top teams in the country?
First of all, there's not a better city in America to be a college student than Tallahassee, Florida. So
Agreed.
Certainly the city of Tallahassee, between Florida State and Florida A&M, 2 Division I schools, there's tons to do here all the time. But honestly, at the end of the day, whether you're in Marianna, Florida with 5,000 people or Tallahassee, Florida with however many people we have in this city, it comes down to relationships. And I love that El said I am honest because we pull no punches. When I went into El's living room and met with he and his mother, and I said, look, you may not even play. I think you're really good, and I think you got a chance to be an incredible stud for us. But if you don't come and don't work hard,
Gotta earn it.
Yeah, you may not even play. And he is a kid that responds. So far, you never know until you get a kid. But he just responds. He went through a lot of drills with our guys today in practice. We threw him right in, and he's competitive. He's making things happen, and he raised the level of everybody else. Like, oh, okay, gosh, coach is going to bring some talented guys in here. Maybe we better step our game up. So, L. Ellis, we're excited about. Great kid, great family. Dad played in the NFL. Mom Tasha is a lady that has done an unbelievable job with her son. Just being, he's yes sir, no sir, very very respectful. Treats everybody first class. But big picture, Luke, about what Tallahassee Community College men's basketball can be. Rob Chaney's the best athletic director in the country, bar none. Dr. Sherry Rowan and Dr. Jim Murdaugh are 2 unbelievably supportive administrators. The place that Tallahassee Community College is a special place. We got an unbelievable student body. There's a beautiful student union. Our campus is awesome. The Eagle Dome was rocking tonight on sophomore night. Played in front of an unbelievable crowd. Our women's program just won the national championship. There are so many things. I mean, I could talk for the next 2 hours about Tallahassee Community College and how special a place this is. But at the end of the day, it's about relationships. We're going to tell guys, hey, we're going to be really, really good. We got 12 full scholarships. You can come and you can compete for a chance. We're going to compete for state tournament berths. We're going to compete to make Hutch bids. We're going to compete at the very highest level, attract the highest caliber of talent at this program, and we're going to be successful. So if guys want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, if guys want to be a part of something where they're going to be challenged and be pushed. TJ, thanks for coming, man. You're the man. Thank you. TJ Johnson from Texas State, who I think is going to win the Sun Belt and probably be in the Sweet 16 this year. TJ, big-time guy. But appreciate him coming and saying hello. But, we're going to win at a big-time level here, Luke, and it comes down to we got to find the people that are willing to be challenged, willing to compete, and want to be pushed extremely hard every day. Because as you saw tonight, we're going to push our guys very, very hard.
And last question here, reflecting on your year, everything that happened so far, how would you describe the last 9 months, 10 months here?
Sure. Well, first thing I would say is Mark White went out of his way to give me an unbelievable opportunity. I was a head coach at a high school last year at Louisville Collegiate, and we had a very successful year. We won 23 games, something that had never been done in school history, won a state tournament game. But I was basically a meaningless high school coach. I didn't have any special connections to players. Mark White believed in me enough to give me an opportunity to move myself down here, to hit the road recruiting right away, and gave me the green light to do as much coaching as I want. And I will always, always be indebted to Mark White for how good he was and the opportunity he gave me. Now, could we have ever predicted what happened this year? No. But, it's my job to just every single day be as present and do the best job that I can in the role that I have, whether that's as the top assistant or as the head coach. It's my job to watch as much film as I can, push our guys as hard as we can, be energetic and tremendously prepared for practice and games every single day, and give our guys the best chance to be successful. And, at the end of the day, that's what I've tried to do.
Well, I got to say, Zach, I'm glad you're here. Hopefully you get an opportunity to extend your career here at TCC.
To that, from your lips to God's ears, Luke.
Hey, but, the way those guys played out tonight, anything can happen here. In the Panhandle, you said anything can happen any day of the week.
This is just the beginning. We're 6-5. We got a great chance to finish above 500 in the Panhandle on Saturday at Pensacola. A really good team. They don't have a great record, but they got 7 tough guys.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Payne does a great job coaching them. They beat Chipola, who's a top 10 team in the country, with the new polls coming out today. So we'll have our hands full down there. We played well the last time we went down there, but this is just the beginning of something very special. We're going to hang more banners in here. We're going to do big things here because we have great support. We're going to tell guys the truth all the time, and we're going to push them to be the best version of themselves.
All right, Zach, thanks for sitting down. We had a great interview talk here.
All right, Luke,
lots of good stuff.
Luke Fay is the man. He does a great job. We're thrilled to have him at TCC. Does an awesome job. We're thrilled to really, I think, at the
and
end
don't
of the day
forget David. We got David over
David
here
Lamb.
as well.
David, you know what? He doesn't get the credit. He's behind the scenes. But David Lamb, let me tell you this real quick, and then we'll let everybody go. Last Saturday against Gulf Coast, it's freezing. I'm under the weather. I feel terrible. Rob Chaney walks in my office and says, Zach, whose gray Honda is that out there? I'm like, what do you mean? It's mine. What's wrong? He's there's just a huge flat tire. I'm like, oh, great. So David, being the guy he is, comes out in the cold, changes my tire, doesn't ask me for anything. First-class guy. So we're grateful to have him. And that's the thing about Tallahassee Community College. We have very special people here that want, they want to do everything they can to help us all be successful. So I can't wait for the future.
Well, thanks, Zach. Eagles win 71-65. Exciting win, thrilling against Northwest Florida State. Got one more here against Pensacola
Last thing
State.
I want to say real quick, I want to give our associate head coach, Ben Mandelbaum, a shout-out. He never a guy that is ever going to walk into a meeting or a game unprepared. He called I don't know how many winning plays tonight. He drew up an unbelievable play out of a timeout to get us a basket where Rich Washington finishes. So fortunate to have Ben and Michael Caswell and his family have been unbelievable in helping our guys, making cupcakes. I mean, the Caswells have been awesome. Mike is a volunteer assistant, gets paid no money. He's giving guys rides. He's helping out with everything from A to Z in our program. So we have great people in our program, and hopefully this is just the beginning.
Hey, it takes a village, and we know that.
It sure does. Go Eagles, guys. Luke, thanks so much.
Appreciate it. Thanks,
All right.
Zach. All right, go Eagles.
All
See
right,
you guys.